Welcome back to Not Real Fishing, everybody, and today I have some crazy hair, I'm aware, but today we are going to the creek, the one that we haven't been to in actually quite a while because the grass has been so tall. Now if I remember correctly, they have mowed it since last time we've gone, so it shouldn't be that bad as far as the tall grass. If it is tall, well, we're already there. It's too bad. I don't know how good the fishing is going to be either because we have had a couple cold fronts come through, and it's been a while since I've been out fishing anyways. And if y'all watched last week's video, which was actually about 2 weeks ago now for me, I think I left off talking about how my mom was doing. She's doing much better now. The infection in her kidney and the mold infection both kind of have been resolved. She had IV antibiotics at home, and they wanted special medication for the mold that we couldn't afford and insurance wouldn't cover. But eventually it just kind of worked itself out. So be it, it's gone. So we'll just take the wins where we can. But yeah, that's about it on her front. I mean, things are pretty much normal as far as that way goes. So I have a little bit more freedom today, which is why I'm hoping to go fishing today, which is exactly where I'm going. And I hope it's good, and I hope it's been mowed, because I really don't want to walk through Jurassic Park just to get to that. Especially because I just watched that last night with my girlfriend. She'd never seen the second one. She'd seen the first one, and she'd seen the Jurassic Worlds, but she's never seen Jurassic Park or Jurassic Park 3. So yeah, that's where we are with that front. But we're hopefully gonna get on some. Hopefully, we're bringing the we're bringing the Roto. I still have that really heavy-duty bow fishing line on there. I might end up taking that off. I don't know yet. It does make casting really easy because it's so thick. But I do also have some of the fly line backing in white that I could rig up. So for some reason it's really snapping my flies back really hard, and I'm losing action because of it. I'll probably make a new main line while we're out there, but if not, we'll probably fish with that today. I do like it being that thick and that bright because it is easy to see when we're out there on the water, especially on the camera. And today we are going to be using the head mount again. I found my chest mount, but I noticed when I used the head mount last time, it got some really good, you could see through the water a lot better, because when it's on my chest, it's like you can see the fish a bit better when I'm catching them. But with the head mount, when I'm standing up and I'm looking down on the water with it, you can kind of see through the water surface more like what I can see than what you would see when it's on your chest. I mean, I guess that's the benefit. I do realize last time some of the fish, well, the only fish we caught, it kind of was out of frame. I didn't know that at the time, but now I know. Next time I'll just tilt it down a little bit more. So hopefully that'll resolve that. But if y'all remember when I used a chest cam, I did the same thing then. It was just a little bit longer ago. So if you guys have been around that long, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, well, welcome to the new mistakes that I've made. But we're gonna get to the water. Hopefully we're gonna catch some fish, and yeah, that's the plan. If I just get some nice sized bluegills, I'll be happy. I mean, there's some nice sized bass in there too, but we're probably gonna stick with the Roto and mostly focus on bluegill. I didn't bring any cane poles. I do have the Imago in the back, but my line keeper, my Tenkara keeper one, the one from Tenkara USA, it's my oldest one, and it finally broke. It just kind of separated. I think I can put it back together. I think it's just with that floating yellow line, I put it in too tight, so I think it just kind of crushed it open. So I think if I take all that out and then, you know, put it all back together, maybe put a few drops of glue in the little pinholes that hold it together, it'll be back to ship shop shape. But until I do that, I'm down to one keeper, and I don't want to deal with dragging the Roto out there with no keeper. So it is what it is. But yeah, so we're gonna be using the Roto today and nothing else. So hopefully unless we find a stick that's a really good cane pole, maybe we'll do that if we have to. traps flies, so might as well keep using the roto. But anyway, I'll quit beating around the bush and I'll meet you guys at the water. Alright guys, we have made it to the spot, and the grass is mowed, not entirely, but a lot of it is. So we're gonna try to, the water's really clear. I'm trying to get a look before I go down. It's also really shallow, so it looks like the back of the creek's gonna be where we're gonna wanna head. I don't see anything in this little front puddle hole here, which is normal. What we're gonna do is go ahead and get the roto out so it's ready. But yeah, we're gonna mosey our way down this creek. Sounds pretty, at least. As you can see how tall this grass is, it's a bit shorter here than what it was last time, because that's what I walked through last time, you know? So it's definitely easier to deal with this than that. Trying to get this GoPro in a position on my big old forehead that fits nicely. Let's take a look through here. It's not moving in the bush there. Probably a bird. It's birds. But this water is really, really low. I've actually never really seen this creek this low, which is kind of unfortunate. Yeah, it's really low. Very, very clear though. So what do we have tied on right now? I think we have tied on it's like a white and brown kabari. So I think our best bet is probably to walk straight to that deeper section after the pipe and start there, because I don't see any bluegill here. It's also possible the fish have migrated back to the main creek that this comes from, which is actually part of Smith Creek. Like, it's an actual, if y'all have been around a while, or at all really, you may have seen me go to the alligator spot. It's a place where we call it the bowfin. That spot actually, this feeds into that. So looks like we're gonna go hiking into the woods anyways, huh? Because that's our only option, is this monstrosity of a mess. Well, welcome to Jurassic Park, I suppose. Now let's see if we see anything here. It is a bit deeper here, so we might have a bit more luck. I've never seen this creek this low. It's kind of cool being able to see. I do hate that reflection is right there in my face though. We'll try this little spot real quick. There might be a bluegill or two hanging out. We'll see. Now, the hook we're using might be a little too big for this, but we'll find out. So far, no luck. So we're gonna keep on moving a bit further down. Granted, it could also be the color of this fly. This fly is a bit ragged at this point. Matter of fact, you know what we might do? Is just go all the way to the end and work our way to the front, because this is really thick brush and it's just pouring into my boots, and there is a path already made through here, which we're probably going to go ahead and take advantage of. Hello, tree, can you give me my... This is what I'm talking about. That's why I don't like dealing with this tall grass nonsense. You get stuff like this, just phrase up your line but more importantly, just gets on your nerves. Oh. Well, what do you know? We're gonna have to retie it anyways because we got stuck on a branch and we lost our hook. All right, guys, I hope you can see this, but that's what we're switching to. It's like a little brown kabari with some copper ribs on it, with a chicken feather for the hackle, and a little bit of like copper dubbing. I see a fish. He missed it, but he was checking it out. Some smaller bluegill, they're missing the hook. Y'all see that bee's nest over there? I see a little fish chasing it, but I think he's too small to get the hook. I do wonder if a lot of the larger fish have migrated out of this creek. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try a smaller fly, guys, and then we're gonna get back to it. All right, guys, we're switching to this very small black with like a grizzly hackle, and it's just black thread wrapped, kind of look like an ant body with a really stiff grizzly hackle, kind of very full appearance. It should stay on top for a minute or two, and then hopefully it should start to sink. I don't care if it sinks per se. I think we'll have better luck if it sinks, because they're not looking at the surface very much at all. So there we go. Nice little winter bluegill. Hey. All right. Let's see if this works better for the y'all's viewing pleasure. The hook has already come out because I'm pretty sure I made those barbless. Look at that. They got their winter colors in full. Hopefully you guys can see it. Very pretty little gill. We're gonna let him go. All right. I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of fish about that size, maybe that size and smaller, in this pond or creek at this time of the year. I remember last year it was something similar. And we can't, ooh, he wanted it. Another little one. Come here, buddy. Oh, yeah, tell me all about it. How far did you swallow it? Hey, easy. Can I get that out? Oh, I don't have my hook disgorger, not my original. Oh well, I'll use my new one. Ouch! Hey guys, I just want to let y'all know, in case y'all didn't know this, fish hooks are sharp. So if you're ever curious, now this thing you're supposed to be able to like pull the line tight like this. I'm still learning how to use this, figuring out how to use this thing effectively. I kind of like to just scoop it, but I know that's not how you're supposed to use it. You're supposed to feed it down the hook, like I just feel like this would be more effective with larger line sizes. Because it's really hard to hold on to the line and the hook disgorger at the same time. So like right now, the line is through. Alright guys, in the process of letting that fish go, that battery died. So we still have our fly. Fish wasn't harmed too much besides the initial hook. Let me see if this hook is barbless. I can't tell. The barb is so small, I can't tell if I've crushed it already or not. So I'm just gonna assume that if it is, and if it isn't, it's not a very big barb because I can barely see it. Now I am gonna go just a little bit further back so we can fish the back side of this pool. Back over there. Y'all see that wasp nest right there, right? Can y'all see it? Look at that. In that tree over there, y'all see him? Thing is massive. A lizard or a snake. Not sure. But we're gonna try to sneak over here past this lizard or snake, whichever one we saw. See if there's one back in this pool. This pool is getting some sun, so I'm hoping maybe there's a bluegill getting some air back, or some. That was a terrible cast, but I'll leave it for the moment. Look at the size of that wasp nest. I kind of want to get closer and look at it, but I kind of don't. Only because I want you guys to be able to see it. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a quick picture of it, and if it comes out good, I'll end up putting it on the channel as a picture. Yeah, no connections lost to the GoPro. Let's see. I could just check. Alright guys, this is what I was talking about. This little section down here. There's generally a lot of fish hanging out down here, but it's very easy to spook them because there's no way to really walk up without being seen. Little green sunfish. He choked it too. Hold on, buddy. Very massive green sunfish, guys. Biggest fish of the day. Now see a fish like that, it's worth having the GoPro on my chest, on the chest mount, because y'all could get a better view of him because they're so pretty. But alright guys, I think we're gonna call the video here. That wasn't the best. Not quite what I was expecting when I went to that creek. I do have another spot that I'd like to try, so maybe next video we'll go there. I'm thinking we're gonna go to that Food Lion parking lot pond. I think the pond might do a little bit better than the creek because a lot of the fish, they can't leave like they can with this. They can, you know, a lot of the fish here that are still here are ones that are trapped. They can't get out because the dam stops them from getting back to the main creek. Well, river, creek, whatever you want to call it. So that's why they're here. But with a pond, they're either gonna be in there and be there, or they're gonna be in there and be dead. Now, they may be turned off like these fish are here where they're not gonna eat, but at least we know they're not going anywhere. So maybe that'll have a better turnout. When I'm gonna get to go do that, I don't know. Maybe after this and I go home and eat some lunch, maybe I'll have time. I don't know, but we'll see. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, like, comment, share, subscribe, and most importantly, don't forget, take it easy.